Yeah, good morning to all the dear students. We have discussed till Green Revolution. Now we'll be looking towards the next topic, that is the role of agriculture in Indian economy. So we have almost read to the end part of this chapter. Only one or two topics have been left out in this chapter, and then we'll end up the session. We'll end up the lecture. Role of agriculture in Indian economy. We all are aware that India has, since the ancient time, it states that it's an agrarian country. It's an agricultural country, and a lot of it's depend on India. India is dependent a lot on agriculture, and the good thing is that many of the Indian things are being exported in terms of agriculture, and it is earning in a good amount in return. So agriculture is the main occupation in India. The pressure which India had at the time of independence is now reduced somewhat. However, it still has an important contribution in Indian economy. It says जो हमारा प्रेशर था as when India got independence, and at that time we all know like what was the condition of India during the independence. So it says there was a lot of pressure on India. So what the pressure in India had faced during the time of independence, it's somewhat reduced as of now if you count it into today's time, into a student's scenario. So however, it still has an important contribution in Indian economy. It says it provides employment to about one half of the population of the country. So agriculture, it talks about agriculture, it is providing an employment to one half of the population of the country. Agriculture holds about 17% of the total gross domestic productions. So GDP, it says it holds 17% of the total gross domestic production. Kitna hai? So we'll just highlight it. It says it is holding about 17% of the total gross domestic production, that is GDP. Paddy, wheat, oilseeds, cotton, jute, sugarcane, tobacco, potatoes, etc. are major agricultural products of India. Much foreign exchange is earned from their export. तो ये जो crops है और ये जो they are talking about paddy, wheat, oil seeds, cotton, jute, sugarcane, tobacco, potatoes, इन सबको export करने के बाद we are earning in return a good amount. We are earning in return because these are major crops of India. We all know पैडी, व्हीट, ऑयल सीड्स, कॉटन है, वो सब जो है, सुगर केन है, टोबैको है, पोटेटोज है, ये सब हमारे मेन एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया है, एंड वी आर एज एंड व्हेन वी आर एक्सपोर्टिंग देम वी आर अर्निंग इन अ गुड अमाउंट. हमें इसको लाइक व्हेन वी आर सेलिंग देम इन द फाइनेस्ट क्वालिटी, जो अच्छी क्वालिटी है हम वही बार बेचते हैं, और इन रिटर्न वी आर अर्निंग इन गुड अमाउंट. India ranks second in the world in agrarian productions. So what is the rank which India holds? It says India is holding which one? India holds second rank in the world in the agricultural productions. It says India ranks second in the world in the agricultural productions. So industries like cotton, textile, sugar, paper, oil, etc., as well as the industries regarding the food processing get their raw materials from agricultural products only. So besides we get the food from the agriculture, this is agriculture is also helpful to the industries like cotton, textile, sugar, paper, oil, etc., as well as the industries regarding the food processing get their raw materials from agricultural products only. Agriculture provides food to the people of India. Definitely, agriculture ही तो like it is providing food to the people of India. The Indian contribution is not consistent in the world agricultural market because of irregular and uncertain rain and inadequate facilities for irrigation. ये हमने पहले ही डिस्कस किया था. The discussion we had into the earlier time was that कि कहीं ना कहीं it says like the Indian contribution is not consistent. We are not on the consistent. We are not on the consistent base. क्यों? Because it says like कहीं ना कहीं देर इज एन इरेगुलर एंड अनसर्टेनिटी ऑफ रेन. हमारे यहाँ इंडिया में बारिश एकदम सर्टेन नहीं है. इट इज नॉट फिक्स्ड कि जब बारिश होनी चाहिए तभी बारिश होती है. द टाइम स्लॉट विच इज बीन देयर फॉर द रेनी सीजन, वी गेट रेन एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड ओनली. कभी कभार बारिश अर्ली आ जाती है, कभी कभार लेट होती है, कभी कभार जो अमाउंट चाहिए, जो रिक्वायरमेंट होनी चाहिए बारिश की, वो भी इतनी लाइक अनसर्टन है दैट द फार्मर्स आर इनटू अ डायलेमा whether what will happen this year or on that particular year if they are having no good rain and so on. And further, the another problem is the facilities of irrigation. कहीं ना कहीं ऐसे कुछ part है still in India में that they are lacking of irrigation. Still the irrigation is not good. There are this some of the states, villages, or the small areas where there is no good irrigation facilities provided. Still, food security is necessary for any country today. If the demand for the food grain is increasing and if the food grains have to be imported, then the political independence of that country may be at a risk. So what they are saying, let us see once again. If the demand for the food grain is increasing, अगर कहीं ना कहीं food grain की demand increase हो रही है, and if the food grains have to be imported और हमें वो food grain import करनी पड़े, अगर किसी कंट्री में फूड ग्रेन्स की डिमांड बढ़ रही है और हमें फूड ग्रेन इंपोर्ट करनी पड़े, then the political independence of that country may be at a risk. Definitely. Why? Because at least you should be having in such a quantity, आपके पास food grains इतनी quantity में होना चाहिए ताकि you can meet up the requirement of the people in the terms of food. बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं अगर आपको बाहर से कंट्री से फूड ग्रेन्स लानी पड़े, देन डेफिनेटली इट इज नॉट अ गुड साइन. व्हेन यू हैव टू इंपोर्ट फूड फ्रॉम द अदर कंट्री फॉर योर ओन पीपल, देन इट्स नॉट अ गुड साइन. We have become self-reliant in the field of grain productions due to green revolution. Along with the increase in the farm production, there is an increase in the population of the country also. So it says kahin na kahin, along with the increase in the farm productions, it means kahin na kahin there is an increase in the production, but along with the increase in the production, there is an increase in the population of the country also. In 1951, India's Just a second. In 1951, India's population was at 36 crore 10 lakhs. मतलब 1951 की बात कर रहे हैं. So it says the population was 36 crores 10 lakhs. But अगर हम आज की बात करें, which today is more than 125 crores. See the amount. See the increase in the population. It's almost double if you count it. 36 का double if you look at it as 6 to the 12 and 3 to the 6 7. इट इज मोर देन डबल इफ यू काउंट इट. तो जो 36 करोड़ था उससे कहीं ज्यादा है. इट इज रीचिंग टू 125 करोड़. दिस हैज इंक्रीज द डिमांड ऑफ फूड ग्रेन्स. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये रीजन है. क्या रीजन? इट सेज कहीं ना कहीं जो 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 पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज हुआ है, द पॉपुलेशन विच हैज इंक्रीज, तो कहीं ना कहीं जस्ट आई हाईलाइट इट. So the population which has increased, so this has increased the demand of the food grain. कहीं ना कहीं because of the increase in the population, ये reason है for the increase in the food grains demands, for the increase in the demand of the food grains. There has been an increase in the production of food grains in our country during the last 5 years. लेकिन it says पिछले 5 साल का रिकॉर्ड देखो तो फूड ग्रेन्स में भी हमारे वहाँ इंक्रीज हो रहा है. In 1950-51, India has produced 51 crores tons of food grains, which has increased to a record level of 265.04 tons in 2013 and 14. तो in 1950-51 में जो हमारा फूड ग्रेन्स की जो बात हो रही है, it says 1950-51 में India has recorded 51 crores tons of food grains, which has increased to a record level of 264 tons. तो ये कहीं ना कहीं गुड साइन है कि जो 1950 और 51 में जितना हम प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं उससे कहीं ज़्यादा एक रिकॉर्ड हमने बनाया था इन टर्म्स ऑफ इन द ईयर 13 एंड 14 इन टर्म्स ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ द फूड ग्रेन विच रीच टू 265.04 crore tons. With the food grains which we have today, the minimum requirement of the country can be fulfilled. It is necessary to maintain buffer stock and to increase it. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं ये require है because we do not know. As we all know, agriculture is like a gamble. You do not know on which side it is going to be. कहीं ना कहीं if it is at a good rain तो प्रोडक्शन अच्छी होगी, अगर बारिश होगी नहीं तो प्रोडक्शन कुछ होगा ही नहीं. So कहीं ना कहीं it says like it is the requirement to have the food grains in a stock. It is necessary to maintain buffer stock and increase it. By the buffer stock of the grains, the scarcity of the grains can be prevented during the droughts or in the case of inadequate productions of the food grains. तो स्टॉक करने की क्यों बात कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि जैसे अभी मैंने बोला कि what the rainfall and everything, climate is like a gamble to the farmers. If they have a good amount of rainfall, तो प्रोडक्शन अच्छा होगा. अगर बारिश नहीं है तो प्रोडक्शन नहीं होगा. तो ये जो रिक्वायरमेंट तब होती है ना फूड ग्रेन्स की, तो द गवर्नमेंट कैन रीच to the maximum in providing the food grains. The wastage of the food grains can be prevented by implementing the techniques to preserve the food grains in warehouses. The hunger of thousands of families can be satisfied. Can be just a second. can be satisfied if this buffer stock is distributed among them free of charge. It is a strong necessity of the time to stop the wastage of the food grains. So they are trying to say in two, three sentences that it is the necessity steps should be taken to stop the wastage of the food grains. Why? Because somewhere the rich people, they can fill up their stomach by having the good amount of eating, by paying the good amount of value towards it. But what about the poor people? Somewhere it is the necessary thing to think upon, not to waste the food grains. And as and when we would have the sufficient food grains, even the poor people can get the food grains in a good amount, in good quantity, and at a free of charge. It is necessary to strengthen food stocking and the arrangement to conserve it. It is a good beginning that the government has made provision to supply the food grains up to the poor people through the Food Security Act. तो कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड द प्रोविजंस, उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ऐसे स्टेप्स या कुछ ऐसे जरिए बनाए, तरीके बनाए, जहां वो पुअर पीपल को फूड ग्रेन सप्लाई कर सके. एंड थ्रू व्हाट इट सेज, थ्रू द फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट. नाउ लास्ट वन इज द impact of globalization on Indian culture. The policy of globalization has been implemented with the purpose that the Indian farmer can sell his farm products in world market and earn profit. Globalization. What is the meaning of the word globalization? We have studied about globalization, and we have understood the meaning also, where one country can access to many other countries, where there is open market globally. So it says the policy of globalization has been implemented with the purpose that the Indian farmers can sell his products in the world markets and earn profits. It says kahin na kahin farmers, they can reach to the people in mass throughout the world by selling out their products, and they can earn in return a good amount. They can earn good profit by selling out their products into the market globally. Many changes took place in the agricultural field due to globalization. बहुत सारे ऐसे changes आए agricultural field में because of globalization. The process to export or import crop production is made very simple. तो ये जो process है ना export और import का, वो अब बहुत simple हो चुका है. Cotton, chilies, and til are now available in Chinese market, and various fruits from world are now available in the Indian market. तो ये मतलब they are trying to say जो हमारे जो productions है cotton, chilies and til, it is now available in the Chinese market. और ऐसे भी fruits है जो हम इंडिया में हमारे यहाँ हम grow नहीं करते, and which is now available into the Indian market. How? Because of the globalization, because of the globalized market. So these countries, they can sell out their products, either it's a farm product, dairy product, vegetable, or whatsoever. They can reach to other countries, they can sell their products to the other countries, and in return they can buy the products from their other countries which is not there in their own country. The costly genetically modified BT seeds sold by the multinational companies are now available in India. जो BT seeds है, costly seeds है, जो हमें शायद बाहर से लानी पड़ती थी, which is now also available in India. Due to this, farming has become costly. The production of cotton and maize has increased. With the import becoming smoother, the domestic farm products have to face tough competition. So कहीं ना कहीं उसका एडवर्स इफेक्ट भी है. देखो अभी वही बता रहा है कि विद द इम्पोर्ट बिकमिंग स्मूदर, कहीं ना कहीं जो इम्पोर्ट है, जो पॉलिसी रिलेटेड इम्पोर्ट भी है, वो थोड़ी लिबरल होगी, ताकि जो कंट्री में कुछ चीजें इम्पोर्ट करी जाती है और कहीं ना कहीं उसका एडवर्स इफेक्ट भी हो रहा है. सो इट सेज some products have gained okay, sorry. The production of cotton and maize has increased. With the import becoming smoother, the domestic farm products have to face tough competitions. Some products have gained global market, hence the necessity of registration of their parents. It is necessary to register qualitative farm productions as national patent in the world market. Let us see. Some products have gained global markets. मतलब कुछ products ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने global market, they have reckoned their name globally. Hence the necessity of registration of their patents. It is necessary to register qualitative farm productions as the national patent in the world market. So it says they have to maintain the qualitative which has been exported throughout the country, and they have to maintain that. To face the competition in agricultural products in global market, India will have to adapt new technology and concrete on quality. तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें सस्टेन करना है मार्केट में, तो इंडिया को नई नई टेक्नोलॉजी एडॉप्ट करनी पड़ेगी और इंडिया को अलग अलग मेथड्स, अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजीज से खेलना पड़ेगा, एडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा, उसको यूटिलाइज करना पड़ेगा एंड कॉन्क्रीट ऑन क्वालिटी एंड कहीं ना कहीं वी हैव टू मेंटेन द क्वालिटी ऑल्सो. A series of planned steps will have to be taken to increase the economic prosperity and solidarity of the people. So there should be the proper planning, and according to the proper planning, steps will have to be taken. Why? To increase the economic prosperity and solidarity of the people. With increasing population, the probable future increase in the demand for agricultural products, and to maintain the march to economic progress, it is necessary to arrange the strategy for the second green revolution. It says we all know that India's population is increasing day by day, and with the increasing population, the probable future increase in the demand, there will be the demand in the future as and when the population is also increasing for the agricultural products, and they have to maintain the mark to the economic progress. Therefore, it is necessary to arrange the strategy for the second green revolution. This is the end of the chapter. Okay, and we have discussed about some of the important topics into the end in this chapter. So just we'll have the brief recollections one by one. In this chapter number 10, India's agriculture, we have seen like there were different types of farming. There were around six farming, different types of farming: subsistence, dry farming, wet farming, then shifting agriculture, plant, then we have the plantation agriculture, and then we have the intensive farming. Then we have seen what were the types of methods in farming. We have organic farming, then we had sustainable farming and mixed farming. Then we have seen about some of the crops which were very important in terms of food grains, that is the paddy crops, wheat, jowar, millet, sugarcane, pulses, and so on. And then we have seen some of the topics relating to the beverages, that is tea, coffee, and cocoa. Then we have seen about some of the crops such as the cash crops, that is the cotton, uh, okay, sorry, cash crops in terms of cotton. Then we have sugarcane, jute, rubber, tobacco, and so on. Then we have seen some of the things in technical and institutional reforms in agriculture. Then we have seen like what is there into the technical reforms and why the Indian farmers need to accept the technical reforms by accepting the new and improved hybrid seeds, as well as the way they were having the farming into the ancient time, and now what is the scenario in terms of farming, the new acceptance of the machineries, harvesters, rotavators, and so on, which gives the better yield of the productions. Farming becomes easier, and then we have seen about the institutional reforms. There is government who is trying to help the farmers by providing uh, either by giving them the subsidies or crop loans. Even they have provided the toll free numbers if regarding to any of the where the farmers can learn different kinds of farming. If they do not have proper knowledge, then they definitely can reach to the people, as that is what been provided by the government with the toll free numbers and so on. Then we have understood what is the meaning of the word green revolutions, and today we have done some of the topics such as the last two topics: role of the agriculture in Indian economy, what is the role of agriculture in Indian economy, and the last was the impact of the globalization on Indian agriculture. So this was the last topic of chapter number 10. We'll start with the new chapter, and I'll be providing you the PDF of this chapter as early as possible. Till then, everyone take care and be safe.